1075 The Game Podcasting is sponsored by Modern Exterminating, a family-oriented company. Professional, honest, and dependable pest control solutions. We're your one-stop shop for all pests.
68-61, but Clemson wins. But we had talked about kind of the importance of winning a game in non-conference that was going to have bearing on any kind of resume that you wanted to try if you got to that point. If, keyword if,
sure,
you got to that point, but having a victory that would have a bearing on your resume if you were on the bubble come March.
And if nothing else, just to prove that you could beat a quality team. Again, all of your wins right now are against quad 4 opponents. You've not been, you've had to go to overtime with some of them, like, Southern Miss. You've not beaten anybody of note that's worth anything when you talk about the overall scope of college basketball. Yeah, you've been close in these games, but getting over the hump and finally winning one of them, for nothing else, just have some momentum going into the holidays, right? It makes you feel good some kind of way. And when you add in, it'd be beating a rival in the upstate in Clemson, that makes it feel even better. And last night, I think, was the ugliest of those 4 games. And I know it ended up being a 7-point or a 7-point game at the end. And that gap kind of bounced between 8, 10, 12 most of the night. But it really felt like Clemson was ahead by like 20. For the majority of the game. It just kind of had that feel throughout the night because you didn't feel like Carolina was going to be able to do enough to overcome even those single-digit deficits.
South Carolina will likely now finish the non-conference portion 9-4.
By the way, the 3 men's sports 0 versus Clemson this year. Swept in baseball.
That is Tyler Head, folks.
Boston
if you want to hit him up on Twitter, at Tyler Head 18.
Hey, listen, you brought up the stat from JC about the overall record versus SEC and Clemson this year, so I'm just adding on to that.
Direct all your anger to Tyler Head 18.
Would you like to know what the total combined score in those games was?
No. Of what? All the games combined?
The 3 baseball games, the football game, and the basketball game.
What was it?
114-81.
It's not good. Doesn't sound good.
It's not good.
Doesn't sound good.
I think you can draw a lot of comparisons to Coach Beamer, Lamont Paris, as guys that seem very likable, guys that do seem like they want to be here, and that makes them a little bit easier to pull for, and I think gives you a little bit of a longer leash in terms of what you'll accept from them before you say, all right, this just isn't working. We need to make a change. Again, it does seem like with Paris, you're getting towards the end of that rope, but I think being a likable guy does help him out a little bit.
Kansas City, out of the playoffs. What do you think?
I think it's more intriguing now because, okay, who's going to emerge? Because, again, with the exception of the Bengals, they've been in pretty much every Super Bowl for the past 5 years, right? Now that their rise kind of brought the end of the Patriots dynasty, and it is funny that as soon as the Chiefs kind of die for a little bit, the Patriots could go right back to being in the Super Bowl. But, I think you look at some of these young stars like Josh Allen, and I don't know if the Ravens are going to be able to make the playoffs. They're still in contention as of right now. But Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Drake May, they haven't had their opportunity. Justin Herbert, they haven't had their opportunity to make it to a Super Bowl. And it seems like we're going to get one of those guys, more likely than not, representing the AFC this year because Mahomes won't be there.
Is this Trevor Lawrence's big chance?
It looks pretty good. They are kind of flying under the radar.
They are 10-4.
10-4. He's looking. Liam Cohen's got him playing some really good football right now. Obviously, the Texans are a little bit down this year, so their Jaguars are controlling the AFC South. But yeah, they could really jump up and surprise some people. I don't know if they're like Super Bowl good, but they can beat anybody on any given day if they play well enough.
Is this now the make or break season for Josh Allen?
It seems like
the door is open now for him to finally get the Super Bowl and not lose to Patrick.
And right now he's playing at an MVP type level. Like he's molding into, I still think Matt Stafford will win the MVP, but Josh Allen is certainly in consideration for that. And again, you move the Mahomes thing out of the way. It seems like if he's ever going to make the Super Bowl, this would be the year to do it.